Tyson. Back in my bag and I gotta brag, I do this shit for real.
Just before his much-awaited bout with Mike Tyson, Jake Paul is running out of energy and is in danger of going into burnout. The problem child appears to be out of gas before he even enters the ring with Iron Mike. According to people close to the YouTuber who transitioned to boxing, he's exhausted. Jake should be at his best because the fight night is only a few months away, but it appears that the strain is wearing him down. Is this the beginning of the end for the hype machine, or is this just one more episode of the drama involving Jake Paul? Mike Tyson has threatened to complete him. In what way does this impact Jake Paul's career then? Is the boxer who was a YouTuber reaching his peak? Let's dissect everything. For Jake Paul, everything seemed to be going badly. The man seems to have been in the public eye for a very long time. Drama, slander, and fighting all the time. It's been an amazing journey, but it looks like the celebration may be coming to an end. You would think he would be at the top of his game with the Mike Tyson bout coming up, but it appears the opposite is true. On November 15th, 2024, in the N&T Arena, Jake will square off against a legendary boxer in a heavyweight fight of the ages. However, rumors have circulated that the former Disney star may not even advance that far. Rumors are circulating that Jake may have struck a significant wall. It goes beyond simple physical tiredness. We also discuss mental exhaustion. There's a cost to the relentless strain, the necessity of being constantly alert, and the enormous weight of the Tyson battle. Charge. This is no ordinary athlete enduring a demanding training camp. It's finally catching up with this guy who has spent years living life in the fast lane. Jake Paul has undoubtedly taken the boxing world by storm. Whether you like him or not, he has had a significant influence on the sport. Jake has demonstrated that he is more than just a one-time sensation with his outstanding record and tremendous wins over opponents like Anderson Silva, Nate Diaz, and Ben Askren. What statement made by the sportsman has the entire fighting community doubting his ability to compete in the sport? Is this 27-year-old no longer focused on the game, or has the weight of Mike's harsh warnings finally begun to catch up with him? I believe the latter to be the case. Iron Mike's insightful remarks about the athlete and their impending fight set the whole thing off. Jake has found it challenging to make the switch from YouTube to professional boxing. Not many people seem to make this leap. And even if YouTube becomes an overnight sensation, he was the first to make such a significant change, and it has now finally caught up with him. All that matters is that Mike Tyson is among the greatest boxers of all time. Come on, he has truly established himself as the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time, therefore you don't even need to consider the possibility. He's the baddest man on the planet after all. Mike recently cautioned that Jake may be close to burnout and that he only needs someone to show him where he belongs in the ring. Mike appears to be the ideal candidate, and he has accepted the duty of putting an end to Jake Paul's professional boxing career once and for all. For Jake, it was enjoyable while it lasted, alright? While it lasted, it was good. It won't endure for very long. Jake, you're overweight. Jake Paul has just been hit by a nuclear bomb from Mike Tyson. Iron Mike has an audience when he speaks. In essence, he's implying that Jake's career may be finished. Really, how amazing is that? Jake's physical and mental health is being criticized by the world's most powerful man. Boxing is more than just throwing fists. It's a struggle, an inner war. Jake needs to keep an eye on himself because someone is going to take his glory if he doesn't. This is no laughing matter. Tyson's admonition serves as a grave reminder for the troubled youth. Let's discuss Jake Paul's most recent match with Mike Perry. This is when the problem child situation started to spiral out of control. This showdown looked like fire on paper. How strong is Jake versus Perry's raw aggression? It was a fireworks recipe, but it was more like a damp squib when the bell rung. While Jake did win via knockout, let's face it, this was more bullying than boxing. Perry appeared to be outmatched right away. It felt like Jake was making fun of someone half his stature because of the obvious size difference. You would now assume that a win is a win, correct? However, the boxing community was unimpressed. No one is discussing Jake's abilities, they are discussing the discrepancy. And this is where things get really problematic. There is a serious chink in Jake's armor that has been revealed by this fight, or lack thereof. He's extinguishing both ends of the candle. His body seems to be begging for a rest, but his ego is keeping him from giving in. Being ready for 2 hard battles in just 3 months is obviously no easy feat. This is where Mike's remarks about burnout come in. In addition to needing a well-deserved rest period between matches to recuperate, athletes also require additional time to fully recover psychologically. Sports burnout extends beyond physical exhaustion. It also has to do with mental tiredness. Jake has often been put to the test in terms of his mental toughness, but for how long can this continue? Does Mike Tyson's caution mean that Jake should take it more slowly and reevaluate his strategy? It's undeniable that eventually it becomes too much and begins to negatively impact the athlete's mental state. Jake has stated unequivocally that he has obstacles each morning when he gets ready and prepares to go to the gym and work out. What about Mike's remarks to stop the troublemaker though? Is there a real risk to Jake's career? Many people witnessed him defeat Perry, but an outcome against Iron Mike. That will undoubtedly enrage the fighting community. Unquestionably though, it will make Jake a respectable boxer, correct? Now, here's the situation. It will essentially remain a contentious issue. Why? Iron Mike's age of 58 is the reason behind this. A win over a 58-year-old is not going to demonstrate anything. It's a little bit too late for Jake to get the attention and recognition he deserves from his fight with Mike. Perhaps Paul wouldn't be regarded as the best in the heavyweight category if he had defeated Mike roughly 30 years ago, since both Conor McGregor and Mike Ryan Garcia have their sights set on Paul. Ever since the internet was blown up by his fight with Floyd Mayweather, the Notorious has been chasing money fights. Here's the problem though. Not only would fighting McGregor bring in a huge sum of money, but it would also be a high-stakes encounter that might push Jake's boundaries both mentally and physically. Yes, exactly. Jake will get to face the Irishman if he defeats Mike, but at what price? I would also be terrified for my life whenever Mike Tyson was making threats to knock me out cold or send me flying into the canvas. He's freaking Mike Tyson after all, and he is the one who can take down anyone without fail. Is it really possible for a novice boxer to defeat him? It may sound strange, but when they do enter the ring, it will be even more insane than we could have ever imagined. By the time Jake Paul enters the ring with Mike Tyson, he will be a shade of the man if he continues on this path. This man needs to wake up and sort out his priorities. Is risking his career for fame and money really worth it? Fighting Tyson entails a significant risk, and the cards are not in his favor right now. He needs to make a difficult choice, abandon this entire endeavor or get his act together and concentrate on training, because it could be career suicide if he continues this struggle with his current appearance. He would suffer a great deal if he lost to Tyson, but it would be disastrous if he lost his health and his career. Jake needs to get up and smell the coffee. The risk of losing a fight isn't the only thing Mike Tyson is warning against. It has to do with the wider picture. At this point in his profession, Jake is not going to let exhausted to get to him. This man has a long and sandy path ahead of him if he truly wants to be a world champion. We'll just have to wait and see how this one turns out, I suppose. What do you think about Jake Paul's complete lack of endurance before to the Mike Tyson fight? Don't forget to share your opinions in the comment box. For more boxing news, click the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.